Hello and welcome to this new video on my channel. Hope you are enjoying all my videos on the channel. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you can get notification for the new video. Hello and welcome to another episode of Microsoft Fabric series, and in today's video we are going to discuss a recently released feature, identity columns in Fabric Data Warehouse preview. This feature has been released on November 2025, and let's have a deeper look at it. Identity columns in Fabric Data Warehouse are a features shaped by direct customer feedback and request. Across the data community, the need for a simple automatic key generation has been a recurring theme. We are closing the gap, providing you with the tool to streamline your workflow and accelerate analytics capabilities. What are identity columns? Unlike the natural keys, surrogate keys have no business meaning. They existed solely to ensure now uniqueness and allow relationship between the tables when natural key is not available. Identity columns automatically generate a unique numeric value for the new rows in table, removing the need to manually assign surrogate keys or build custom logic to populate those columns. For example, in a table called orders, you could have defined order ID column as identity column, and each time new record added, order ID would automatically be assigned a new unique value. Using identity column in Fabric Data Warehouse provides a significant advantage over manual mechanism for generating surrogate key. Unlike the approach that relied on the custom logic such as computing max ID plus 1 using row number, generating hashes, or GUID, identity columns offers a system managed automatic process for creating unique keys during the data ingestion. Now I'll skip a little bit of it. How do identity columns works in Fabric Data Warehouse? While identity column in Fabric Warehouse are modeled after SQL Server, there are fundamental differences arising from the massive parallel distributed architecture in Warehouse engine. In SQL Server, data ingestion happens with a single instance. Fabric Data Warehouse implementation of identity column is designed for distributed architecture, which means values are generated across multiple backend nodes in parallel during the ingestion. To maximize scalability and performance, each node receives a range of unique values to allocate rows it will process ingestion. However, because of the range are assigned independently, the sequence of value is not generated to be continuous or ordered, and gaps may occur between the range. In this case, what would happen? The identity column will not generate the continuous range, sequence range, just like you have identity column in SQL Server or Azure SQL. Why does this design matter? Fabric Data Warehouse implements identity columns with a distributed massive parallel architecture, unlike the single node approach of SQL Server. This design allows multiple compute nodes to generate surrogate keys concurrently without contention, ensuring scalable and high ingestion throughput for cloud scale workloads. And then there is an example which has been given. Now here we are only going to use identity, not identity 1,1, because there is no sequence which we are going to get here. Then how to use it? There's some example given. Can I run out of identity values? As discussed, identity column will produce unique integer of type bigint. Only bigint is supported as of now. In T-SQL, the bigint in data type accumulate of 8 bytes with a range of 9.22 quintillion. It's a very big range. Hopefully we will not run out of it. Is identity underscore insert supported? During the preview, identity insert is not supported, but we are looking into enabling user ingestion of negative values into identity column in near future release. If you want to insert your own, that's not supported. They are looking into it. Time has come that we should go ahead and explore this out, and to explore this, let me jump onto the Microsoft Fabric. I'm here on Microsoft Fabric using the Power BI experience app.powerbi.com, and here I'll go to my workspace. Let me click on workspaces and let me search for 01-GA Fabric. This is the workspace I was using for some time. Now I have changed this workspace from a trial
capacity to a paid capacity. That's the only difference I have now. And here I have a warehouse, if you remember, WH01, and I can filter that. So I can go to filter, type warehouse, and I can open WH01. Now in this WH01, I would like to create a table. So let me add a new query. I was also experimenting before starting recording of this video, so that you can see new SQL query from the top. And here let me bring in my script. So I'm going to create a new table. Create table example identity ID. Now int is not supported, so big int identity and then first name, last name, city, age, etc. We can have that. And let me run this. A table has been successfully created with identity column inside it. So warehouse identity is somewhere very similar to, in the past I have told you new ID, which generate the new identity key, a unique identity key. It's now the numeric portion to that. We prefer numeric keys for better performance, so we would like to have that. Now I would like to insert some data here. Let's go ahead and do that. So let me run an insert statement. I would like to insert 3 rows. Insert into this table. 3 rows are inserted, and let's look at the data. Select star from the table, run it, select and run. You can see that this seems like in sequence, and that's the reason why I have inserted only 3 rows. Now let me insert few more. I'm going to insert 3 more rows. 3 more rows are inserted. Let's query back the table, and you can see now these 3 new keys are not in the same sequence of the previous one. So in this manner, this explains you how this identity is different from your SQL Server or your SQL identity column. First, there is no seed or increment column here, or where to start or how much to increment, that is not there. Second one, it is across the node, so it can be generated from that node. So it is designed for massive parallel processing. So time has come that you go ahead and try this out, and do let me know what else you want me to cover in this particular series. Thanks for watching this particular video. Thank you.
Keep watching, keep asking questions in comment, press the bell icon so that you can get notification of my new videos. Thanks for watching this particular video. Thank you.